You finished the campaign in Homeworld 3! Congratulations! The initial feeling of accomplishment is followed by the worst feeling in gaming ever. What should I do now? Thankfully, Blackbird Interactive thought about that and added not only a multiplayer mode for challenging your friends in Homeworld 3, but also a roguelite mode called War Games. Let's take a look at War Games, since it will receive all the Year 1 updates and is going to be a crucial part of Homeworld 3. Full disclaimer before we start. Gearbox is sponsoring this video and has provided me access to the game earlier to be able to showcase everything about Homeworld 3. You can find a link in the description to learn more about it. Though sponsored, the statements are my own. The only thing I am guilty of is that I love space games and therefore highlight different things than a regular reviewer. War Games is the ambitious project to bring roguelike gameplay into an RTS game. But there is something to notice here. In War Games, you are only going through a small campaign with 3 different maps, building up your fleet and gathering resources for the final fight, which is randomly decided. Let me explain a bit further and show you a run afterwards. During our small campaign, you have to achieve smaller goals to proceed, and you need to find the right timing to advance, so that you gathered enough resources, found enough artifacts, and didn't lose too many ships doing so. For that, you start with a chosen set of ships and a carrier. Instead of your mothership, you will have to get along with that only. Means you won't be able to build capital ships. Your enemies are spawning more and more the longer you stay in one map, so speed's critical to achieve your goals. But you shouldn't rush either, since there are additional artifacts scattered around the map. Artifacts allow you to choose one of 3 upgrades for your fleet. You gain those artifacts through completing objectives and through salvaging wreckages. The latter is important since you can grab a good amount extra there. You can find all available artifacts and the description in the in-game encyclopedia. After you're done with the entire run, you gain experience. And it doesn't matter if you ultimately win or lose, you get XP either way. Different amounts, of course, but at least something. That's how you gain new levels, and those are unlocking new starting fleets, new factions, new artifacts, and cosmetics. You can even get bonus XP for changing the difficulty modifier before starting a war game on top of that. Every single step of that difficulty modifier includes the previous ones and adds more to the game. Blackbird Interactive released their plans for War Games already in their Year 1 Pass roadmap. As you see on screen, there's a lot planned already, and if you purchase the Deluxe, Fleet Commander or Collector's Edition, you will receive the new content without any additional cost. Let's see how much it will cost for customers that purchase the Standard Edition. No idea about that yet. But at least some of the content will be available for everyone. Okay, enough information for now. Join me in a round of War Games and see if we can beat this challenge. Okay, before we start in War Games, I dressed up properly in my Homeworld 3 shirt they sent over in a very cool box. So now we're ready for some War Games. Let's go into private, offline, and create a lobby. That's how it looks like. I will keep the Strikecraft fleet. I got some extra emblems already. I changed my profile picture, which you can do here in customizing your profile. You can change like pictures, and you will also receive some in the future when you beat some more War Games. In game settings, you can set the difficulty right there. As I said, the more you activate, the more are activated. We will keep that on standard difficulty for now. There are also maps which you can choose later on. At the moment, there's only War Games. That's about it. Let's go and play solo and take a look at how it plays and what are the specialties of that. So here we are starting in War Games with only a carrier, just like I said. There are a few ships that you get at the start. I will immediately start with railgun corvettes, building 2 more resource controllers so that we have the maximum of resource controllers. Sent one already over to salvage something, and my first initial ships to clear the first resource area. What we're going to do is heavily depend on recon fighters and probably a few interceptors. As I said, there are also artifacts that you can grab. They are laying around somewhere on the map. And what you need to know right at the start of the game is that you cannot pause the game. It's not possible. You cannot pause it. You cannot make it slower or anything else that you've seen in the campaign. That's not working. The best way to grab some artifacts is basically just to send over some recon fighters here and there and have them scout the area. You will also see the artifacts in your sensors manager right there. As you see, there is already one. Those are these, I don't know, diamond spheres or whatsoever. There is one, looks like that. That's a salvage. And there are only 2 corvettes guarding it. So what you can do, what is actually possible, is you just simply take 1 recon fighter and send it over to the salvage, and it will make sure to grab that salvage, and you will get another artifact, which I will show you right now. When the recon ship that's going to get attacked, but that doesn't really matter, it will make it there, and we got our first artifact, and we can choose between 3 of those artifacts. I will go with heavily relying on recon ships. That's why I'm going to increase weapon range right now. And I hope that I will also get some more recon damage. There we go. That's already the next artifact. And we got... oh, increased frigate pop cap by 5. That's really good because the maximum is only 5. So we can have double the amount of frigates. That's actually really nice. I will keep that for now. Now that we didn't get the... upgrade for recon damage, we got our more resource controllers, and as I said, it's really important to fight your way through this map ASAP, as fast as you can. Always look at your objectives that you got to do, because those objectives will also give you artifacts that you can then use for your game. Fly around. The artifacts are not always visible everywhere, so you will need to go around the map and look for those artifacts actively. What I also like to do is like always taking like my carrier with me, so that the carrier is where we need him and not like flying around headlessly anywhere around. Incursion points here are points where enemies spawn. These incursion points are static, and at those incursion points there will be enemies spawning basically all the time. So if you can get away from those, that's actually great, because you really don't want to stick around there. I've seen some more artifacts right there, which I will grab really quick. One there, and where's my other recon ship? There, I'll grab the other artifact. There are 3 more artifacts, as you can see. Every single artifact is giving you more power, it's giving you like bonuses for your playthrough, so you really want to take those as fast as possible. I will also grab the suppression frigate right there. All railgun corvettes and suppression frigates are actually really good at the start, especially because suppression frigates can do like those barrage. They have the special ability barrage, and that is just so massive, especially against bigger ships later on. So we got increased recon damage 1 more time. Amazing. That's already 2 times, 66%. Absolutely amazing. What are we going to do? We're going to escort those ships. Okay, interesting. Where are we going to escort them? To this escort exit point. All right. I'm going to send over the carrier too, so that they can actually fight all together.
Objective complete.
The one thing that now I got some issues with is that building frigates is actually pretty costly. Now that we defeated or did all the objectives on the first map, but we can still stay in the map and get more resources, since the resource controllers are not done yet grabbing all the resources from the map. We can stay in this map until the resources are depleted, but you will be getting attacked all the time you stay on that map. So keep that in mind, that the longer you stay, the more attacks you will get. All right, as you see, the resources are gone. There's nothing more to grab, and we are going to initiate the hyperspace and going to the next map. Also took some time to build the frigates, which is great. So we are starting already with a lot more frigates into the next map. Because everything that you already built will be taken over to the next map. So that gives you a little bit of a heads up. All right, there we go. We do basically the same start as we did before. We're going to take the resource spot so that resource controllers can immediately go and take all the resources. I'm also going for the next resource spot, and I'm already taking a look at artifacts, which I see already. Capture data spire held by hostile forces. That's our objective. Okay. We're now going to see bigger ships appearing, like this frigate. And that will be very difficult to fight, but we got the suppression frigates that can lay barrage on those, so that's great.
Combat alert.
Combat alert hit. Great. We take all of them. Going for this. What you can do, what's really nice, what I like, is going into the population tab and then clicking on suppression frigate. You have the ability to check, to use all your craft from one single class and then immediately trigger their special ability, like for example that fusion rounds, or for the railgun corvette the burst fire. You can trigger all those by just clicking on the railgun corvette in your population. They have all of them selected, and when they're close to each other anyway, that's like pretty good for using those extra abilities during your fights.
Interceptor production complete.
What is this? How are they stacked? That's kind of wild. There are no more resources on this map. You have to get out here fast. So that was a close call. I forgot to get the support frigate to secure my carrier and to actually heal it when the carrier is getting attacked. That's what we're going to do right now. Destroy the enemy carrier is our thing right now. Great. Okay, I need one frigate. The thing is, you cannot delete any of your ships. Delete or backspace or whatsoever, that doesn't work. Backspace is actually just removing your UI. So when you need to have one specific ship, then all you need to do is like basically send that ship over to its final death. Secure the LZ is optional. Secure for Raven actual. Right, what is this? Secure the LZ. This is just optional. I don't know if I want to do that, because we have some struggle already.
Enemy strike craft on the board. Adjust.
Alright, let's go for the carrier, because I don't have time for that. Let's go.
Enemy strike craft ID'd. Check sensors for position. Hostile corvette on screen.
We do have enough resources. Let's just take a look at the top right corner. We have 15,000 resources. We're using at the moment 6,000 if we're all going to use that stuff up. We're going to do the barrage on the carrier. That will take him down extremely fast. And dead. There we go. Objective completed. Amazing.
Enemy carriers destroyed. A hostile battle group is exiting hyperspace.
Destroy the battle cruiser. Oh, there's a battle cruiser incoming, not a Titan. Sometimes you have a Titan, sometimes you have a battle cruiser. This time we're facing a battle cruiser. Let's go.
Receiving. Send. We got enemy strike craft on us. Could use some fighter cover here.
Sometimes it's a Titan, sometimes it's a battle cruiser. It really depends. I'm going to grab my suppression frigates and going to suppress that dude again. Going to grab the railgun corvettes and rail him. Right, that was good.
Check screens.
Suppression
Caution,
frigates are
carrier has been
firing.
engaged.
Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Alert,
whoa. It
carrier
actually
hull
destroys my
integrity now
carrier.
at 50%.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back.
Warning, carrier hull compromised. 25% and falling.
Yeah, well, that was dumb. So I lost my carrier there. Even at the lowest difficulty, it's actually still a challenge, as you see. Last time I played, it was way easier. And even defeating the Titan can be so much easier, but man, that's a defeat. You still gain XP, you still gain level ups if you are not succeeding in this. And hope you had some fun with war games. I will just get better, I guess, and we'll see us in the next video. Thank you very much for staying with me in war games. Bye bye.